I'm really excited for this video because I personally enjoy just sitting down, doing my makeup. We're gonna do a get ready with me, and I just enjoy talking to you guys. I like these videos. I think they're fun. They're pretty chill and also easy for me to film, so maybe that's why. I've never told this story. Actually, that's not true. A couple months ago, I did a video with my best friend Sabrina where we did a truth or drink. And in that video, I briefly talked about my worst date experience. However, like I said, the video was very brief. I didn't go into full detail about just how bad it was. And I figured, you know what? Why not tell the full story? Because this happened a couple years ago. This was actually the first date I ever went on. So, you know, this was definitely a very interesting start to me getting into dating because this was my first ever date and it was not great. But yeah, that's gonna be this video. I'm just gonna do my makeup while I get ready because if you know me, I've talked about this before, but I can't just sit here and talk about things. I have horrible ADHD, so I need to be physically doing something while I tell you guys this little story. So we're gonna do my makeup and I'm gonna tell you guys about the worst date that I've ever been on. Oh yeah, with all these videos, I always have all the products that I use in the description if you're curious. Also, I just recently got this Road glazing mist. I've been using it every single day. I don't know. Is this really doing anything? I don't know, but it's also it's kind of fun, so. Do I have that milky glass skin? Actually, my skin it kind of looks good. Although I've been breaking out recently because I've been really stressed out lately and it's reflecting. So that's really annoying, but we're gonna cover that up. Anyway, so our story starts in the beginning of 2022. I believe I was 16, maybe 15. I think I was 15 actually, about to turn 16 in the summer. So I was 15 years old and I had the opportunity to go on my first ever date. Now, this was obviously a really big deal for me because I had never been on a date with anybody. I had never kissed anybody. I had never even really had a crush on anybody and had them like me back. Okay, just for some reference, I figured out that I was gay in 2019. So that was when I was in 8th grade. I had a crush on, honestly, that could be its whole own other story time now that I think about it because that was also a whole event and that was very crazy. But I figured out that I was gay in 2019 when I was in 8th grade and it was this whole thing and nothing ever really transpired or came from it. But then a couple years later in 2022, I had the opportunity to go on my first ever date. Now, how I met this person was through Instagram. Yeah, so I met this guy through Instagram. I don't exactly remember how it happened. I feel like he probably followed me or I followed him. We followed each other back. So we follow each other on Instagram. I need to give him a name. We're gonna call him Jake, just because I feel like Jake is a really typical boy name, and not that he was even a boy, but we're gonna call him Jake. So Jake and I start talking, not even in a romantic way. It was more so just we're just talking. He seemed like a cool person. I don't know. Okay, he seemed cool. Whatever. We start talking, and also just for some context, because you're gonna hear me talk about this more in this video, he was a musician. You know, he made some solo music, but also around the time that we started talking, he had just started a band with his best friend. So this band was him and his girl best friend. They were making music together, whatever. Cool. Okay, just remember that though, because it comes up in this video. So we started talking on Instagram. Like I said, it was kind of just it probably was semi-flirty, but nothing obviously too crazy. I was 15. Also, side note, I saw people when they use this road glazing. I keep seeing on TikTok people using this road glazing mist. They putting on their concealer and their blush and all of their products on their face, and then they spray this on top of it and then they blend it in together, and it's supposed to make you look super, you know, the whole Hailey Bieber dewy glass skin. Ooh. Anyway, I digress. I just thought I'd let you know if you're why are you doing your makeup like that? I'm just trying to do new things, okay? Okay. But I find out that he actually lives pretty close to me. So as you can imagine, one thing led to another. Things are getting a little more flirty, and I think that this guy is cute. I remember I thought he was really cute, which is kind of funny now because I saw him recently and I was like, ugh, that's so mean. I shouldn't say that. But he has a mustache now, and it's not my thing, and so whatever. Anyway, we're gonna move on. But I thought he was really cute. He seemed really nice. He was also, I think he was a year older than me, so I think he was 16 or something. But we start being a little more flirty, and then he basically, I'm pretty sure he asked me on a date because I don't think I would have been doing that. Maybe I did. Maybe he's gonna watch this and be actually, Aiden was the one that asked me, but I really don't think that I did because I think I would have been too nervous to do that. So I'm pretty sure he asked me out and I was like, okay, sure, yeah, fun, okay. Again, I really thought this guy was so cute, and in hindsight, I don't actually know if I thought he was all that cute. I think it was this sounds so mean, but I feel it was probably just one of those things where it's this is the first guy that's ever given me attention. He's a lot cuter than he probably actually is, but you know, he's giving me attention, so I don't get that often. Especially at that point, like I literally was not talking to anybody. Does my makeup look better or worse? Shut up and blend your blush and tell the story. So we made a plan to go on a date, and for this date that we were gonna go on, we were trying to figure out like what are we gonna do. I also was like, I don't know how I'm gonna tell my parents about this, because at this point, like my parents didn't know that I was gay. I mean, they knew. They definitely knew because it's obvious. But I had never like verbatim said anything like that before, or even talked about having a crush or dating people. So like I had never officially said it. So that was also something I was like a little nervous about. I was like, oh my god. And also like I didn't know what to tell them because it wasn't like somebody I knew at school. So I was like, I don't know how we're gonna do this. So we were trying to brainstorm ideas on what we were gonna do on the date, where we were gonna go. I knew he was gonna pick me up because he was able to drive. I was not. I still can't. We're working on it, okay? I'm like this close, you guys. When I end up posting that video that's titled like, guess what, ... and it's the thumbnail's just me in the driver's seat, be sat and be ready, because that's gonna be a monumental day. I don't really go out much, so it's not even like I had this like cool idea on where we could go. I also was like, I was living in a different place than I was right now. But like I said, I didn't really go out much, so it's not like I was like, oh, we could go here, like I know this cool little spot. I didn't know anything, okay? I was like, I don't know what to do. And so I was like trying to figure out like, what can we do? I wanted to do something that was like cute but also interactive, like with something for us to do, because even to this day I feel like that's one of the best things that you can do on a date, is to do something that lets you guys like bond together, but it's also like you have something to do, if that makes sense. So I basically came up with the idea that we were going to go to the beach and paint tote bags. Isn't that so cute? Like I would do that to this day. I don't know, I just feel like that's a really cute date idea because it gives you something to do, like I said, so it's like I can actually be painting. It's not as awkward as like a dinner where you just have to like sit there and be really awkward, but it's also still like an intimate thing. Like we're gonna be at the beach together, it's just gonna be us, there's not really gonna be anybody else there. I thought I hit the jackpot. I was like, you know what, Aiden Watson, you are a genius. This is a genius idea. I don't know if I have enough blush on. This is a problem I always run into, and then I end up putting too much. So that was basically the plan. We were gonna do that. I end up ordering some tote bags and like paint on Amazon. I was excited. Aiden Watson was excited, and he shouldn't have been, because it's about to go downhill. That is also too much. That is too much. Yes, that is, Aiden. See, you f***ed up. This always happens every single f***ing time. So fast forward, I don't remember like exactly how long it took from us like planning the date to actually like going and executing the date. I basically asked my parents if I'm allowed to go on this date. I think I said at the time that he was like a friend of a friend. I have so much blush on. Wait, this is like not... This is bad. But yeah, I think I told my parents he was like a friend of a friend. My friend set us up. I don't know what I said. I lied though, okay? Sorry, sue me. Aiden Watson lied. A teenager lied to their parents. Criminal offense, sorry, sue me. Fast forward, it's the day of the day. I am very, very nervous. I'm very excited though, just because I'm like, I feel like this is gonna be fun. Also, something about him that really caught me like a hook on a fish. Hook on a fish was he was also a really big Taylor Swift fan. Now, if this is your first video seeing me, I don't think that it's you can get it. Like, you understand why that was really appealing to me, which is actually kind of funny because now I don't want the guys that I date to like Taylor Swift. I don't like that. I want them to like her and to be okay with her, because I love her so much, and the amount that I love Taylor Swift, like I understand it's kind of a character flaw and it probably is like a turn off to some people, but it's not negotiable. Like I can't, even if I tried, even if I wanted to, I can't not like Taylor Swift. So like this is just like a part of who I am. If you don't like that, it's not gonna work. I also heard somebody say this one time and it like really stuck with me. You don't want to be in bed with your hobbies. And I was like, oh my god, real. Like when I'm laying in bed with my partner, I don't want him to be telling me about what Taylor Swift is doing, and like if something new has happened, I want to be the one telling him, and I want him to just be like, you know what, babe, that's awesome, I'm happy for you. Why did I even say all this? Oh yeah, he liked Taylor Swift, and at the time that was really appealing to me, but I just thought I'd let you know that that's not appealing to me anymore. And so like leading up to the day, he was like, oh my god, we're gonna listen to Taylor Swift while we go to the beach. And so obviously I'm like I'm stoked. I'm like, this is gonna be the best day ever. He's gonna be the perfect boy. We're gonna get married. Like, again, I was 15. Because when you're 15 and somebody tells you they love you, you're gonna believe them. Many people have been saying this. Many people have been saying this. So it's the day of the day. I am incredibly nervous. I think I have a couple Snapchat photos that I'll try to insert if I can find them, but I was very nervous. Also, ironically enough, I had this sweater at the time, for any of my Swifties out there. I had this sweater at the time that was like an exact replica of the All Too Well sweater, like the sweater that Sadie Sink wore in the short film. And so that's what I wore that day. I remember being so nervous because, again, it's my first ever day. I've also never met this dude. So I was like, there was that little part of me that was like, he also could be like a serial killer. I don't don't know. I've never met him. But he wasn't, thankfully, so that was good. He picks me up. He had a really nice car. I remember like he had this like very coming of age type car. It was like a Jeep with the top down. It was really cool. So that was really fun. I immediately get in the car and I remember like the first thing he had me do was he had me take his phone and open Spotify and he had me cue my top 5 favorite Taylor Swift songs, which I was like, oh my god, guys, like he likes Taylor Swift and he wants to know my favorite Taylor Swift songs. So I cue my favorite Taylor Swift songs. I don't even know what I put at the time. I think at the time I was like obsessed with Cardigan, so I put Cardigan on. I think I also put Champagne Problems. I don't know. Okay, who cares? I cue my top 5 favorite Taylor Swift songs and we are on our way to the beach. I remember the car ride was like a little bit awkward, but it's also like, it's kind of weird to just be sitting in a car with somebody for the first time. I remember I was like really trying to like figure out things to talk about, and I'm also just like a pretty shy person, so I remember I was like really having to put in effort to like talk and like think of things to talk about. But I also was just like, we're in the car right now, it's gonna be a little bit awkward because we're just like sitting here, we've never met before. Wait until we actually like get to the beach and we actually start doing things, and then it'll be better then. That's what you think. So we get to the beach and immediately off the bat, because again, like I've never met this dude. So we get to the beach, we get out of the car, and this man is tiny. He is so short. Like I don't even remember how tall I was at the time. And I also like, I couldn't really tell you how tall he was at the time, but I remember he was tiny. Like we both got out of the car and then when we met, I was like, I don't even think I said anything to him about it. I just mentally was like, oh my god. Which again, like that's not like a bad thing. Like you can't control your height, but I just was like, oh my god, he's tiny. Okay, not tiny. Like I'm making it seem like he's like literally like so short. He probably was like up to my shoulder, I guess. I don't know. Shorter than I thought, okay? I thought he was gonna be my height and he wasn't. So anyway, so we get to the beach and I remember he chose this specific beach because I guess he like knew a spot. I don't know. I had never been to this beach before. We get to the beach and as we were walking to like the sand and trying to find a spot to do our little painting, he basically is telling me that the weekend prior he was like at a college party and he was like making out with a bunch of guys, and I was like, okay,
and what do you want me to do about that?
I don't know what you want me to do about that, and I also don't really know why you would like tell somebody that. Like I don't know, maybe I'm being too cynical about this, but immediately off the bat I just was like, I feel like this is a weird thing to tell somebody like you're on a date with. Like, hey, by the way, like last weekend I was making out with hella people. Okay, and what do you want me to do about that? Like, what am I supposed to do with this information? So off the bat, I was like, that's kind of a little weird, but you know, whatever. We make it to the sand. We have like a whole cute little setup. He brought like a blanket. It was cute. He brought a blanket. He brought a speaker, which you're gonna hear me talk about. Also, this has been my signature scent recently for anybody who cares. This might be my favorite perfume of all time. Like, I love this. I am also like now done with my makeup routine. This always happens whenever I do a video like this. I always finish my routine when I'm only like halfway through the story because I really don't do that much. Anyway, we get to the beach. We have a cute little setup. Like I said, there's a blanket, there's a speaker. I have all the paint and the tote bags, the paintbrushes. I bought like so much stuff. I bought tote bags, I bought paints, I bought brushes, I brought sponges, like the whole thing because I wanted this to go well. It didn't, by the way. So we have our whole setup on the sand, and I also want to mention that it was very, very cold. It was like overcast, 60 degrees. We also were doing this at, I want to say like 2 or 3 p.m. So it was like midday and it was really cold. So as you're gonna hear, it gets progressively colder. It becomes a whole thing. So immediately off the bat, we just start painting, we're talking, he starts playing music. I knew beforehand because we were talking about this that he had like created a playlist specifically for our date. Like I remember the days before the actual date, we were texting and he was like, oh my god, I'm making this playlist that we're gonna play on our date. It's gonna be super cute. And I found that endearing. I was like, that's really cute actually. And like I said, he's also a musician, so he really loves music, as do I. I'm not a musician, but I also love music. So we're painting, the music's playing, we're just, you know, talking about things. And I'm not trying to be mean, but it was like, I feel like if you've been on a date, you know, I feel like there's just moments where you realize like this is just not, it's not gonna work. We didn't really have that much in common. We didn't have that much to talk about. The conversations that we were having, I felt like we're kind of just like dying out really quickly. It was getting a little awkward at times, which again, like it's my first date, whatever, it's not a big deal. I also like, I don't put the blame on him for that. Like we were both very young, it's okay. And I guess like he was feeling this way too, because in his head, what can I do to uplift the mood and to make this less awkward? His idea of what to do was to start playing musical theater. Okay, here's the thing, let me disclaim, I don't have an issue with musical theater. I just don't care. I'm not interested in it. And I feel like playing musical theater, like that's one of those things where it's like, I don't want to say it's polarizing, but like not everybody likes listening to musical theater. In fact, a lot of people really dislike it. I'm not somebody who like really dislikes it, but it was just one of those things where I was like, this feels a little weird. Like, why are we doing this? And it was even weirder because I'm pretty sure, I might be making this up, but I'm pretty sure he was in theater at the time. Like, he did that for his school. And so when he was playing these songs, he was like fully singing them as if he was like in an audition, and I was just like sitting there like about to judge him, like, and tell him whether he was gonna get the part or not. It was like that grand and like that over the top. And again, like, I'm just painting my little tote bag. Like, I really didn't want him to be doing this. I felt weird. I felt uncomfortable. And also, like, I'm not into theater, so it's not like I could have been like singing along with him. If he would have started blasting Taylor Swift, then maybe I would have been singing along, but I don't know Hamilton. Sorry, I don't know Hamilton like that, okay? So it was just awkward. I was like, I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing right now. I was just like smiling and laughing the whole time, but like inside I was like, this is so embarrassing. Like, what am I supposed to do? So that goes on for, I'm not kidding, like half an hour. I'm not kidding, like half an hour. And he also at this point, like, he fully like gave up the painting, which I was like, okay, sure, f me, I guess, f my drag. He's like standing up, he's like fully like performing, and I'm like, what the f is going on? Like, I don't know what to do. Like, what realistically was I supposed to do? Because I'm not gonna tell him like, hey, can you not? Like, that's weird, that's weird. And I didn't want to be rude, so I was just like painting, he's over here like doing his performance. I'm like, so then after he's done doing that, he ends up just like laying on the blanket in the sand and just like puts his head down and like doesn't talk to me. And again, like, I'm just painting. I don't know from his perspective if he was like, is he just more interested in painting than he is in me? But like, what was I supposed to do? Like, what was I supposed to do? I don't know what I was supposed to do. So I just continue painting. He's just like fully laying there, like head down, not talking to me, not interested in me. And then that goes on for, I don't know, 10 minutes. Again, while his theater music is playing. Thank you so much. That's exactly what this moment needed. I'm still painting, and then after about like 10 minutes of him laying there, he ends up getting up. And again, like I said, it is cold. It is really, really cold. Even though I'm wearing my all too well sweater, I'm also wearing these like fully like thick jeans. It's cold. Like, it starts getting windy. At this point, it's probably like 4 or 5 p.m. The sun is starting to set. It is getting really fucking cold. It's also windy. Like, we're at the beach. Like, it's cold. And so I made a joke. It was a joke. Like, I swear to God, I was not trying to like get anything out of this. Or it wasn't even a joke, actually. I was being serious, but I wasn't trying to get anything out of it, okay? When he finally picks his head up, I like laugh and I'm like, ha ha ha, I'm so cold. Again, I wasn't trying to get anything out of it. And he literally dead ass looks at me and goes, well, you're not getting my jacket. What? Oh, what are you? And when he said that, I immediately was like, he thought that was like me trying to get his jacket. I wasn't. Like, I dead ass wasn't. And also, like, he was wearing a hoodie and I thought that was all he had on him. Like, I didn't think he had like a shirt or anything under. So obviously I'm not gonna ask him to like take my hoodie off. That wasn't what I was trying to do. I just was trying to say that I was cold. That's all I was trying to say, like, dead ass. I also was trying to say that to hopefully have him be like, oh yeah, I'm cold too. You wanna like get out of here? No. He then proceeds to run to the water and is like trying to get me to like go swimming with him, fully clothed. Okay, after I just said that I'm cold, he's like, well, let's go in the water since you're already cold. No, why the f would I do that? Like, I don't have a change of clothes. And honestly, had this date been going like amazingly fantastic and he was my dream person and oh my God, he's perfect, I maybe would have, because that's like a cute, you know, coming of age, oh, let's go just swim in the water in our clothes, let's be reckless and crazy. But no, you're like kind of pissing me off at this point. I'm not going swimming with you. And then get in your car with dripping wet clothes and I don't have a change of clothes and I don't even really like you. If I really liked you, maybe I would do that, because again, it's like, it's a cute sentiment, but it's not happening. Like, it's literally not happening. So then he starts like running off and doing his own thing. He's like by the water. I'm still like painting. Like, I am Picasso up in this. I'm like, and he's like fully like, he's not in the water, but he's like getting his legs in the water. Again, like, that's fine, but it just was weird. Like, it's weird. Like, he was also in the water for like 5 or 10 minutes as I'm just like sitting at the sand, still painting by myself. Like, this is not a date anymore. This is like, I'm babysitting you. So anyway, after this nonsense, we finally decide to pack it up and he's like, I'm really hungry, let's go eat somewhere. And I'm like, okay. So he takes me to a restaurant nearby that I guess he's been to. It's this Thai restaurant. Okay, whatever. I have nothing against Thai food. I actually like a lot of Thai food, but this restaurant, by the way, was horrible. I hated it. It sucked. It also was a really weird restaurant. Like, it was really tiny. Like, when you went inside this restaurant, it was like there were only a couple of seats inside the restaurant and there was also just like a place to order. So we had decided we were just gonna order, pick up food, and then he was gonna take me to the spot that he was like, this is like my secret spot. And I was like, Oh, brother. Okay, here we go. Also, this restaurant was really weird because the menu didn't, sorry, I'm gonna sound like such a child, but the menu didn't have pictures. It didn't have pictures, so I was like, I don't know what the f this stuff is. It just had a bunch of words and then it was like $20. Okay, and what am I supposed to do with that information? Also, to make matters even worse, he made it very clear as we were going to the restaurant that he was not gonna pay for me. Okay. And again, like, that's not the biggest of deals, but it just felt weird, like, for him to be like, by the way, I'm not paying for you. Okay. Is that not weird? Like, even if he would have been like, again, we were 15, we were young. If he would have been like, hey, like, sorry, not to be weird, but like, I don't have enough money to pay for the both of us. So like, I can only cover myself. If you can cover yourself, like, I'm really sorry. It wasn't that. It was literally, I'm not paying for you. Again, not a big deal. Like, I had money. It's not a big deal, but it just, the precedent, the way it was said, the tone, the attitude, I was like, this is really weird. This is weird. So I ended up just picking something random on the menu because again, I don't know what the food looks like and I've also never been here. So I just picked something random. We take our food, we get in the car. He ends up taking us to this. It actually was kind of cute, not gonna lie. Like again, if this was with somebody that I actually was interested in, this would have been a really cute date. But he takes us up this hill. There's like a park up here and it actually was really cool because at this point it was like sunset and the hill looked off to the beach. So like again, really cute. Like if I liked you, this would have been really cute. We go to the bench. He brings a blanket. He brings a speaker. He brings a speaker to play more music. You know, there's nothing wrong with like playing music. It just felt so weird because it's like, it felt like he couldn't do anything without music playing. You know what I mean? Like it's just, I don't know. It was always weird to me. So we get to this bench. Again, he has his blanket, his speaker. We have our food. We sit on this bench and I'm not fucking kidding. He takes the blanket and wraps it around himself. Himself, not me. He deliberately like doesn't wrap it around me as if I haven't been complaining this whole fucking time that I'm cold. I'm cold, okay? And he doesn't care. He takes the blanket, he wraps it around himself, and he's just eating his little Thai food. And I'm eating my Thai food, except at this point, I'm cold, I'm pissed, I'm miserable. I want to go home, but I couldn't go home because he was my ride. Also, side note, but this is a big reason as to why I'm not dating right now because I need to get my license because I'm not dealing with this in the future. If a date is going wrong, I need to be able to get into my getaway car and get the out. Yeah, we're just sitting there. Again, the view is really pretty. We're looking out. There's a hill. There's the beach. It's sunset. It's gorgeous. You can see like downtown. Beautiful. Honestly, like would love to go back with somebody that I actually want to be on a date with. And it just was so awkward. Like, why are you only wrapping yourself in a blanket? Like, that's weird. And it made me feel horrible because I was like, did I do something like wrong? Why is he like blatant? Like it seems like he hates me. And at this point, like we aren't even like talking because I think we can both tell at this point the date is not working. And again, like I don't want to blame him because I'm sure from his perspective, like I'm sure I did something wrong. I don't know what the f I did wrong, but I'm sure if he was telling the story, I'm sure after the date he was probably telling his friends being like, yeah, he just wasn't talking to me. Yeah, he just was boring. I don't know. Okay, I'm sure he has his own perspective, as does, you know, every experience in life that you have with people. It was just weird. It was really weird and I was really uncomfortable because I was like, this is like, he was being mean. Like, why are you not giving me a blanket? Why are you like, I'm not paying for you. You're not getting my jacket. Like, stop being mean about it. Just say, I don't have another jacket for you to have. I don't have enough money. I am really cold. Can I just wrap a blanket around myself? But it's this deliberate actions that are so mean. And again, this is my first ever date. Like, I just felt so awkward and like helpless at this point because I was like, I don't know what to do. I'm really uncomfortable. I want to go home, but I'm also like a really shy person that I can't just be like, hey, can you take me home? Like, this is really awkward. I'm not having a good time. Like, I had to suffer. Oh, and also, like I said, the food sucked. Again, I have nothing against Thai food. I've been to plenty of Thai restaurants. Love Thai food most of the time. I don't know if I just like chose the wrong thing. Again, I don't even know what I picked really. And then I remember he like made fun of me because when he went to go throw away his food, he was like, are you done with yours? And I still had so much of my food because I didn't like it. And I was like, yeah, it's okay. You can just toss it. And he was like, you didn't like it? You didn't like the place I picked? Me, like what the f did I do to this man? Like he literally was so mad at me. I'm like getting pissed again because this like whole situation was so upsetting to me. Anyway, at this point, it's time to go. I think we both know at this point we gotta go. It's not working out. It's just awkward. And so the cherry on top of all this is that when we get in the car to drop me off, I really would love to get into the mindset of this man because I can't for the life of me understand why he did this. He was like, you know what? He didn't say this, by the way. I'm just mentally, this is what I would imagine he's thinking. He's like, you know what? This day is not going really well right now. You know what's gonna make this date go a lot better? Is if on this drive to drop Aiden home, I'm going to play my own song from my own band on repeat the entire drive. I have to go. Like, what the f***? What the f***? do you mean? That's like crazy. Is that not crazy? Like, that's kind of psychotic to me. And I'm not trying to be mean, okay? I understand he was probably really proud of this song. There's a song he made with his friend. That's totally fine. But why are you playing it 40 times as we drive to take— it wasn't 40, that's excessive. Maybe like 10. That's still too many. I don't even really typically want to listen to the same Taylor Swift song 10— nuts. That's not true. I will listen to the same Taylor Swift song 10 times in a row. But I don't want to listen to your song 10 times in a row. Respectfully. And also, I'm not trying to be mean, but the song was bad. It was bad. It was not good. I'm not saying I could do any better, but it was not good. It was not a good song. This is actually funny because I remember I would listen— I had already heard the song too, by the way, which is actually really funny because I remember like the song had already come out a couple of days before our date. And I remember I sent him a snap of me in the shower listening to his song. Like I had a speaker in my shower and I was playing his song and I sent it to him because I was like, wait, he's gonna think I'm so cute listening to his song and like, ugh. Anyway, yeah, so he's playing his song the entire way home. Lucky for you, I have a video of this because I took a video. I was like, this is actually ridiculous. And I needed to show all my friends because I was like, this is actually crazy. You told everyone. Yeah, I think my face says it all. I do not look happy. I look so annoyed because I was. This is crazy. This is actually crazy. Why are you playing your own song? Knock it off. Unless your music sounds good, I don't want to hear your music in the car in general, let alone on repeat over and over and over and over and over again. If you're proud of it, happy for you, don't care. This is not the time. Okay, this was like so ugh. But yeah, he ends up taking me home. It is so awkward because again, we could both just tell it wasn't working. It didn't work. And that's like totally fine. Again, that's life. Not every date you're gonna go on is gonna be great, but it was just awkward. And I remember I got out of the car. It was just so awkward. I don't even think we said anything to each other. I think I might have been like, thanks for everything, like talk to you later. And then we never talked again. We never spoke again. I don't even think we texted after. It was just silence because it didn't go well. It did not go well. And again, that's part of life. If you're out there and you've never been on a date before, or maybe you're watching this and you're about to go on a date, I'm not saying like put your expectations low because I think there's nothing wrong with like being excited about it, of course, but just realize that when you're young, you're gonna go on plenty of dates. Do not be discouraged if you go on a date and it's awkward, because again, like it was gonna be awkward regardless. I was 15. He was, I think, 16. He might have been 17. Honestly, I don't remember. I don't know, but it was gonna be awkward. Okay, so there you go. That is my worst ever date. It's actually really funny because my worst date was also my first date. Every date that I've been on since, not all of them have been like perfect and amazing, but nothing has been truly as bad as that one. So honestly, we can only go up from here. And honestly, that's the great thing about going on dates that are bad, is that now you have a story to tell. Now I have a story to tell. Anyway, thank you guys for watching this video. I love you so much. Again, like I said, if you're interested in any of the products that you saw me using in this video, I'll have them all linked in the description. Ow! Oh, that really hurt. Oh, that really hurt. That really hurt. I'm gonna go, but I love you.